General outlook now for the next couple of weeks. We're focusing, of course, as we always do, on the northern plains, upper Midwest, but we'll talk about the rest of the region as well. Very little precipitation over the next couple of weeks, not only in the Great Plains, but really over most of the United States. I'll show you the pattern coming up in just a minute. And again, it's not like there isn't any Arctic air, it's just not coming here. It's staying way up in the high Arctic. So the combination of it being dry and relatively mild is giving our winter season a bit of a soft start. The northern parts of the plains, the upper Midwest, the Great Lakes, it's not that bad. Now, that doesn't mean we're canceling winter. This 2-week forecast barely gets us into December. So we've got a long way to go, and I suspect there will be a few twists and turns as we go through the winter. Split flow, the southern branch of the jet stream, tends to become increasingly strong and increasingly more important this time of year. The northern branch of the jet stream as well tends to be stronger, more powerful, but the way it's set up right now, too many flips and turns for it to really be a pronounced grab of Arctic air that it can drop southward. The general flow, although it looks very meandery, is kind of west to east with a lot of meanders in it. Now, this particular trough will favor some cooling weather this week over the Great Lakes and down through the eastern U.S. It's even going to be relatively cool down in the deep southeastern part of the country. Even Florida will lose some of its typical mild December weather. No Florida freeze with this one. It's just not going to be 90 degrees or even 85 very likely, except maybe down in South Florida. This split flow in the west, really the main feature is this ridge of high pressure over specifically the prairie provinces of western Canada. And this is putting relatively mild. By cool, we mean daytime highs mostly above freezing, getting up into the boreal forest up here of northern Saskatchewan, northern Manitoba. So that is some pretty mild air. Really, the only cold weather is along the spine of the Rockies and here beneath this trough in the eastern part of the U.S. That's for this week. As we go into next week now, that's full on December. I do expect, again, a little bit of a meandering of the pattern, but nothing really frigid. The frigid stuff is going to stay up north. We'll flirt with some cooler weather into the Dakotas, Minnesota, and the Great Lakes, but nothing really unusually cold. We're also not seeing anything really unusually warm across the nation, nor are we seeing anything particularly wet. There will be some showers and some scattered snows along the East Coast this week. Most of the United States will be bone dry or very nearly so. And as we go on into the second week of the forecast, December 6th through 12th, still looking mostly dry in the middle of the country and not particularly wet in the east either. There will be some precipitation in western Canada, but very little of that is going to spread down the west coast of the United States.